Hey, Shalom. Hey, Shalom. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom. Shalom unto the hopeful elect. Kwame Yashala and Abba Ball. Just want to share this video today. I found this off of Brighteon.com. And the channel is called The Prisoner. Lord willing, I'll post a link in the description during post-production, Lord willing. And it says FBI insider, elite planning doomsday attack to kill millions of non-compliant citizens. And this FBI insider is a whistleblower, and he's going against the FBI. And yeah, he was a whistleblower that was pretty much he was a former FBI agent, but due to him getting intel, some serious intel about what took place on January 6, 2021 during the Capitol riots, he found a lot of intel going into how that could have been an inside job. And the FBI didn't like that, so what they did was they suspended his security clearance and accused him of being disloyal to his country, right? And they said that he held conspiratorial views regarding the events. So they basically blacklisted this guy. He lost his security license. He couldn't find work outside of the FBI. The FBI made sure that he had to dip into his retirement savings to take care of his family. He lost his government benefits, right? And they dragged his name in the mud, right? So he filed a whistleblower's complaint to the Inspector General of his district, right? And yeah, they ruled in his favor pretty much to clear him, and I believe it's still ongoing, the case. But it just shows you how these bureaucracies are corrupt, especially the FBI. What does the FBI stand for? The FBI stands for Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? So what do? Well, really, when you go back to the word burro, it really goes back to the word donkey. That's the root word, donkey, burro. Now, by the way, the inspiration for this video comes from, before I get into the definition of bureaucracy and burro, I just want to tell you all where I got the inspiration to do this video. It's from Elder Apostle Gabar. His channel is called Daily Edification 4, and it says 2025 going to be one hell of a year for you know who. The you know who is talking about you women in general. If you don't have a strong man with you, yet alone a man of the Lord with you, and the times of trouble that are ahead, you're pretty much finished. And Elder Apostle Gabar was going into the bureaucracies over here in North America, and pretty much these bureaucracies, for the most part, most of them, they cater to the needs of the woman. They don't cater to the needs of the man. If you're a man, you're on your own out here. Right? When you get the short end of the stick, nobody cares. But if you're a woman, you get the short end of the stick, people will come to your aid. Right? And he goes into that. Right? And, when I was listening to this video, I just thought of this video. I watched this earlier this week. And I'm like, holy shit, he's right. The FBI, which is a bureau, Federal Bureau of Investigation, is corrupt. Now, the FBI, it started off with a good intent, but that's all men really have. Men just have a good intent. That's what they're going to bring forward. But because they're in the flesh, and because this world is corrupted with something called sin, over time things begin to get corrupt. People get greedy. People become very evil. And that's what the FBI has turned into. It's not a good it's not a good division of government. You know, it's not a good barrel, right? Okay. So they, you know, what do they stand for? You know, they stand for gathering facts and evidence to solve and prevent crimes, right? They investigate. They're there to bring justice. But what we're seeing here today, what you're about to see, shows they're really not all about that. You know, if you know too much, they'll silence you, man. And also the video goes into how the elites, which is really the globalists, they have basically infiltrated these different bureaucracies, right? Now, let me get the word bureaucracy before I get started. Bureaucracy, government by burrus, especially tyrannical officialdom. You know, tyrannical, yeah, and that's what these bureaucracies have become. They have become tyrannical. And you know, when they call themselves a bureaucracy or a borough, they're telling you they're a donkey. You know what a donkey is set up to do? A donkey is set up to take on the burden. So they're telling you, we're going to take on the burden of protecting you, protecting the nation and its citizens. But really, it's the opposite. They have actually become a burden onto you people. You know, so they're really a burden onto you. But it says tyrannical officialdom. So what does officialdom stand for? Officialdom is just, you know, officials in an organization or government department. Or it can be considered as a group of people, right? And they have power. Okay? So that's what officialdom is. So it's a tyrannical group of people. And for the most part, that's the FBI. And you know what? I'm going to take this home a little. You can even find this on the web. Even Klaus Schwab said the WEF has infiltrated certain cabinets, man. And he also mentioned Justin Trudeau's name. And I did a video about this, I believe, last year. Going into how pretty much Justin Trudeau's cabinet has WF officials in there. The WF has infiltrated that. Hell, even Justin Trudeau, he's a part of the WEF, the World Economic Forum. And look at the country now. You know, when this guy got into power, everything just went downhill. And it's all going down. It's all going downhill, and also he's following the same format as the WF. Everything's becoming cashless. You know, everything's becoming more centralized. The standard of living has gone up. It is just a mess. And you can thank the WEF. And he's a crony of Klaus Schwab. He is. But you would have to go research that yourself. They're not going to tell you this in the mainstream news. You have to research it and study. So yeah, that's a bureaucracy. So now let's go into bureau. Desk with drawers for papers or writing. Desk, bureau, office, desk, writing table. All right. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go into burrow. Let's go into the root word, right? Burrow, donkey. All right, a donkey. So yeah, a donkey is an animal that takes on a heavy load. It takes on a burden. It's not like a horse. You know, you can't stack too many things on a horse or the horse will go mad. But you can do that to a donkey, right? So yeah, they are like a donkey, the FBI. They're telling you that we are a donkey. We're going to take on the burdens by protecting America and American citizens. But really, it's now become the opposite due to corruption, Salakia, because now they're a burden onto you. And if you figure things out, and if you have the truth, and you bring forth the truth, they're going to silence you, just like what they did to Marcus Allen over here. Now, I'm 9 minutes in. Let me play the clip. I did a lot of talking. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me bring in a precept before I go into the video. I got to get a precept. I want to go into Psalm 64 because this is a part of the secret council of the wicked. The secret council has infiltrated these bureaucracies that are set up. So this is Psalm 64. This is Psalm 64, verse 1. It says, "To the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Right? And, the secret counsel is secret for a reason. They hide themselves, and they hide themselves through these different bureaus, through these different organizations. Right? And they even change their name. And they set up people under them to do their bidding. Right? So they're not out there in plain sight, man. They're hidden. It's secret. And a lot of people don't think that the FBI and these different organizations are infiltrated. You still have people out there thinking that the FBI is good. Anyways, verse 3, it says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." That's right. Propaganda, slander, and even trying to cause harm onto you, or to do harm onto you, right? To take you down. And that's exactly what King David experienced. He experienced that through his son, especially with Absalom, slandering him and also trying to kill him. King Saul tried to come up against him too, to kill him. King Saul was pretending to be his friend, but really he wanted to kill him. Really, King Saul didn't like King David for the most part. He was really jealous of him. Verse 4, it says, "That they may shoot in secret at the perfect being the saints, the ones that have the truth, the ones that are worshiping Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the perfect. Doesn't mean they're going to be perfect in the flesh. It's just they're coming with the truth, 100% truth, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the 100% truth. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." They don't care. They don't care if that's the Lord's anointed. Like I said, anointed, not appointed. Anointed. They don't even care if you're anointed. They'll come up against you. Verse 5, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?" And that's going into covering their tracks. Fabricating evidence. Silencing people. Putting people to death. Just when they're about to be found out. And that's what you're seeing here. That's how the secret council moves. All right. So anyways, let's play the clip. And then I'm going to get to more precepts. All right.
People. In recent years, the FBI, CIA, and other federal agencies have been infiltrated by the global elites, and they're now shamelessly serving their interests, and not those of ordinary Americans.
I consider the hearing today my last act of service as a public servant for the United States of America, and I'll give you my professional opinion. I was an intel professional for our country for many years, and I would give recommendations, and I'd also look at indications and warnings. So I would offer this to the American people as my warning to them. Since this is a warning to the American people, I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct. I've been persecuted along with Garrett, Steve and Kyle, and countless other whistleblowers. It is my opinion that the Bureau used reprisal and fear to control the workforce. It has been a seemingly effective tactic.
At the current time, the FBI and other federal agencies are operating without any checks and balances. As such, Washington is engaging in unconstitutional...
So you just heard, man, he doesn't trust the FBI. And that's why he's sitting there in front of, I believe that's the Inspector General. Because what is he doing? He filed a whistleblower's complaint with the Justice Department Office of Inspector General, right, in retaliation, right, of how they took away his security clearance, and they took away, they pretty much blacklisted him, man, and dragged his name in the mud, and took his ability away to provide for himself and his family, right? Salakia. So he's fighting back, and that's all due to him bringing out information about what took place back in January 6, 2021 at the Capitol riots, right? When he brought forth that information, they said, oh, that's just conspiratorial views, it's unreliable information, and then they just suspended the man. They just suspended the man without pay for about, 27 months? So that's more than a year, obviously, right? You can't just do that. And then they made it hard for him to find work outside of the FBI. Right? That's tyrannical, man. That's tyrannical. Right? And we just read the definition, going into bureaucracy, tyrannical officialdom. Right? Bunch of tyrants. So, hey, if you find out the truth, and you find out the truth, and that truth is linked to somebody that's maybe like a superior or somebody that's very important, like a global elitist, probably. They're gonna silence you, man. They're gonna silence you, or they may even kill you. He's lucky to be alive. This guy, he could have died. Anyways, let's go back here.
Constitutional lawless actions that are going unpunished.
I personally believe that there are no current effective checks and balances against them conducting lawless action with any type of correction in a legitimate time frame. I welcome the work of the IG, but I think any type of lawless action, there's no legitimate time frame to rein them back in.
Allen insists that the Bureau intentionally overclassifies documents for the purpose of covering up their tracks, covering up the truth, and stonewalling investigations. And then he drops the bombshell.
There you go. They cover their tracks, and then they make it hard for you to investigate. Right? And that's because, you're figuring things out, and you're about to expose the people that are truly in power. And they don't want you to do that. Right? So there you go, man.
Michelle. Allen knows about globalist plans to cause chaos in the United States by carrying out a false flag attack with the intention of disrupting the upcoming election. And he is urging Americans to stockpile guns, ammunition, food, water, and other necessities in anticipation of further turbulence and tribulation in the coming weeks.
To the American people, you have a duty as a citizen to vote, and I strongly urge you to do so. It's how you participate in the American experience. I know people have doubts about election integrity, but you must vote. It is your claim. Stake your claim and don't forfeit.
You're right, it's an experience, but is that experience real? Because your vote is just a suggestion. And by the way, you don't vote in the next president. The Electoral College does. And who's behind the Electoral College? The elites. So your vote is just a suggestion. Alright? So fuck the American experience. That's all bullshit. Alright? And that's coming to an end. And it shows that your democracy, your freedoms, your capitalism, it's very, very fragile. It's just a smokescreen. You really have no freedom. That's just to pacify you. It's a joke. Anyways.
Forfeit it willingly. Have your voice heard. My other recommendations are in the natural order. First, vote. The second is the Second Amendment. Arm yourself and know how to defend yourself. Make 3 to 4 friends in your neighborhood and promise to come to each other's mutual aid in times of hardship. And during the Great Depression, people stocked up a pantry. So I think that's a good practice, especially in our economic times. And make sure you have 3 to 4 months of food. And as a person of faith, I'd say pray the rosary. Go to the First Friday devotions. That's for everybody, all my brothers and sisters of all faiths, and I know I'm Catholic. And read the gospel of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and live it every day.
Good luck believing in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ ain't gonna save you. But anyway, whatever. Jesus Christ ain't gonna save you. Babylon's gonna be destroyed. America's gonna be destroyed. And America's circling down the drain. And The FBI, these bureaucracies that are set up out here, they're not for you. They're against you. Okay, they're against you. So that's enough. That's enough. Well, let's go back into the scriptures. So now I'm going to read Psalm 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. That's right. Deep thinkers, man. And they have planned this. They have planned this out for hundreds of years. And they're very diligent in their search for world dominance, a new world order. That's why they have went so far to infiltrate these different bureaucracies. Right? And they killed a lot of people to do that. They murdered a lot of people, and they made a lot of people poor. They ruined lives to get to this point. Right? So yes, and the heart is deep. It is deep. They're very far reaching. That's Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. And this is the way they're going to do that. Bring forth an NWO so we can rule to infinity and beyond. Some Buzz Lightyear shit. Right? For the Toy Story. Toy Story. Hey man, but the Lord has his games and you have your games. Okay? The elites have their toys, their Toy Story, but the Lord has his own Toy Story, and that's the kingdom of heaven, man. And he's going to set up the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel is going to go and rule to infinity and beyond, because that's going to be an everlasting kingdom. Think about that. Okay? You have your games, the Lord has his games, okay? And you're not playing the Lord, he's playing you. The deceived and deceiver are his. Right? Verse 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. That's right. The Lord's going to take them down. And that main arrow that it's really talking about is destruction. Thermonuclear destruction. Mainly. Okay? He's going to destroy them, man. And he's going to destroy the plans of the wicked. You can find that in Job, the 20th chapter. When he is about to fill his belly, then comes sudden destruction, man. The Lord's going to rain destruction upon his head. Just when he's about to finish his meal, man. Or he did finish it, but he's going to digest his meal. Right? Because he's going to establish an NWO. He's going to establish the chip. But when he just finishes everything, when he's about to digest, that's when the Lord's going to destroy his ass. Okay? Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. That's right. And, their own tongue to fall upon themselves is going into these whistleblowers. That's why he just filed a whistleblower complaint. That's why he's sitting there. Okay, he filed a whistleblower complaint with the Justice Department's Office of Inspector General. That was the Inspector General sitting in front of him, listening to his case. And what did he say? He's like, I don't trust the FBI. He told them that his clearance was revoked, his security clearance, just for bringing forth information about the riots that took place back in January 6, 2021. Intel showed that it was an inside job, and certain people were linked to that. Come on. So he's going against the system that he worked for. Verse 9, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Everybody's going to fear Yahweh Shem El Shai when the wicked is taken down. And thy people will be willing in the day of thy power. Roughly paraphrasing, man. When you see this place go down through the power of Yahweh Shem El Shai, then you people will start to fear. When all hell breaks loose. Oh my gosh. Is this the man that ruined kingdoms? How could it get like this? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what you people are going to be saying. Oh my God. You know how you people act. Oh my God. It's stupid. Anyway, that's just me. So anyways, let's get Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. Get this one. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. I believe this is really going into Antiochus Epiphanes. I believe it's Antiochus the Fourth, I believe. Right? This pertains to him, Daniel the 8th chapter. But, you know, these rulers that are over the country, these people that control these different bureaucracies, they're in that same spirit of Antiochus. Because it says, through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. You know, if he's able to do that through his policy, it means he's making up the rules as he goes. And he also doesn't follow his own rules. And Marcus Allen just told you that nobody can really check the FBI because they're so powerful. They've become so powerful, they've become so tyrannical that they can do whatever they want. So when it says here, and through his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper in his hand, that means he can do whatever he wants, because that policy doesn't go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's his own man-made rules that he's making up. So this guy is corrupt, man. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. That's right. Be above Yahweh Bashem El Shai and his chosen people. I'm going to remain a king and a power forever. Yeah. And by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, because what does the FBI stand for? What does the FBI stand for, right? Federal Bureau of Investigation, we know that. But what do they stand for as a bureau? Right? Investigation is what we do. We gather facts and evidence to solve and prevent crimes. Yeah, but you're not solving the crimes of the elite because you're taking over. But when we start talking, when you start investigating and you go deeper into the rabbit hole and you find the truth, then that's when they come up against you. Right? Yeah, man. So it says, many he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. True. And Yahushua is going to come back and destroy him. And destroy him without hand. You can read Isaiah the 63rd chapter. You can go into the book of 2nd Esdras. Right? 2nd Esdras and Revelation the 19th chapter and the 15th verse on down. Revelation 15. Yeah. Well, no, Revelation 14. Salakia. But yeah, man. Yahushua is going to come back and take this devil down. And he is. He's going to do it. He is going to do it. Now, this place is corrupt. I want to get one precept. I want to get Genesis 6. I just read Daniel. I want to get Genesis 6 and 11 because this earth is corrupt. And like I said earlier, you know, man just has a good intent. But due to the process of time, because of how sin took over the earth and took over man, men are evil, man. So their good intent turns to evil. Now this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. And this is during the times of Noah, right? This is during the times of Noah. And we are experiencing the same things that took place in the days of Noah. It's the same thing. You know why? Because them same spirits are back. As in the time of Noah. We're going through everything what Noah experienced. You know, and Noah saw a lot of wickedness, man. As a righteous man, he saw a lot of wickedness. A lot of wickedness. And that's why him and his family were saved. And everybody else was destroyed. So that's going to take place again. So this earth is corrupt. Just as it was corrupt as in the time of old. During that antediluvian time, man. Alright? Some prehistoric times. That's how it was. Ancient. That's beyond ancient, man. That's super old. Pre-flood, antediluvian, man. Ain't that some shit, right? So hey, man, the past will repeat itself because them same spirits are coming back. People think it's changed, but it hasn't. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Anyways, this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. That's right. Earth is filled with violence now. Look at what's taking place in the Middle East. Look what's taking place over there in Eastern Europe, man. Over there in Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine, battling it out. And just look what's happening in the world in general, man. People are evil. People are very violent. People are fighting for greed. People are fighting over resources. Right? This place, and that's due to corruption. So, and the earth was filled with violence. That's right. So violence comes bloodshed. A lot of people's blood is being spilt. Verse 12. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. That's right, because they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments and giving glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Right? They're participating in idolatry, worshiping these false gods, committing adultery, committing murder. Yeah. So what's going on, man? Now, let me read this in the NLT. God observed all this corruption in the world, for everyone on earth was corrupt. That's right, everybody is corrupt. Except one righteous man and his family, 8 souls. They were trying to do right. And Noah represents the elect. Okay, the elect. All right, so yeah, man, this place is corrupt. Now let me read on. It says, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Yeah, he did it with a flood. He drowned everybody. He drowned them to death. He drowned them to death. Let me drown them to death. Let me fill up their lungs with water. Ha ha ha. Because I gave them that breath to begin with. So I'm going to take it away. Let me drown them. And the Lord's going to bring the second death, which is the second flood, which is the flood of fire. Thermonuclear destruction. That's going to take place again, man. Okay? Because this place is corrupted, man. I'm not laughing in a very sinister way. I'm just laughing because of how serious this is. I take this very seriously. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with anybody on here. I'm just laughing because this is serious. Hey, man, the Lord's going to get busy. The Lord is macro, and we, as individuals on this earth, we are micro, little bugs. All right, so, hey, the Lord's serious. All right, so anyways, with that, I hope this was edifying. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Chadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and to teach one that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect, Kwame Yashala, and above the ball.